Welcome everybody to Robins TV Extra Time. We are going to look ahead to Tuesday night's Sheffield United game in the Championship, but first we must look back at the frustrating draw against Hull City at Ashton Gate. Leroy Rosenior is alongside me. Have you got over the frustration yet, Lee?
Yeah, just about. You've got to look forward, put it behind you, it's a point, and move forward, and that's what's going to happen now. You know, with these vital games towards the end of the season, whatever disappointment you have, put it behind you. And move forward as quickly as possible. And I'm sure that's what the players are doing as well.
Now, sometimes stats do not tell you the whole story of a game. These ones probably do.
Yeah, they certainly do, because the early sending off for Hull is, I think, shows why City dominated the game so much. Because before the sending off, I think Hull had around 65-70% possession. But if you just look at that. 79 possession, I think it was 90% in the second half. 26 shots, 10 of those on target. But then second half, you're thinking, how many saves did Pandor really have to make? Really difficult saves, maybe one or two. And you look at the expected goals for City, 2.58. Shows that they didn't really create a lot of really clear-cut opportunities. I was surprised it was that high. Because on reflection, I was trying to think, where did they really think? I think I'd get out my seat where I thought, this is going to end up in the back of the net. And it wasn't too often, certainly in the second half. Yeah, towards the end of the first half, a lot more. But second half, you have to give Hull credit for the way they played, the substitutions they made, which really impacted the game positively for them. And they managed to just keep Bristol City at bay.
Yeah, 10 shots on target, although in fairness, there are a lot of saves that he'd expect to make.
Routine. They're mainly routine saves. A couple that he's had to die for. High to his left, the one that comes to mind is the one from Scott Twine. But apart from that, after the goal, I'm sure we'll go through it anyway. In the second half, the Hull defended really well. But I really did think that the game was really lost in the first half. I thought if we scored towards the end of the first half, City would have gone on in the second half and won the game.
Because Hull actually started off showing that they are a good team in that first half, and then obviously they nearly threw it all away.
They certainly have. They've got good players on the ball, and this is the goal, and it comes from the back into Hazard's feet. He's allowed to turn. There's a few mistakes from City's perspective. Zach Van misses that interception. And Rob Dickie is spun by João Pedro, and it's an excellent goal from Hull's perspective. A poor goal from City's perspective defensively. Max Ole comes out, can't close the space down, and. This is a really nice turn from João Pedro. He leaves Rob Dickie off balance, and he sticks in the back. And at that moment in time, that was after 13 minutes. You thought, you know what, they do deserve it, because they controlled the game without possession. We were saying how flat City were; they couldn't get up to them. But then this happened. 60 seconds later, he's just thrown himself into a challenge. He doesn't have to, and the referee's in a good position to see that he is out of control. It is double-footed. No, he doesn't catch George Tanner, thankfully, because if he does, he's in big trouble, George Tanner. And he knows, as soon as he turns around, he knows, because you cannot get off the ground like that. And then it was all City. And these are the moments where I thought, the goal was going to come, because Hull looked ragged. All their ball players who were on the ball, passing the ball and keeping the ball, now they had to defend for their lives. And Sinclair had this headed opportunity, which he couldn't quite get over. I just thought his footwork, he takes a step forward where he should take a step back and then go and head it, and then he can get over it. But it's a lovely clip ball to the back post from Jason Knight. And that was always going to be the way. They got to that position close to the byline in the box on so many occasions. This is Anis Mehmeti on the other side. Again, almost exactly the same position. George Tanner comes onto it, and it's just desperate defending again. And then another clip ball to the far post. Again, Sykes, a lovely ball, but this time he's pinned by the defender. And he can't get off the ground. If you see it from this angle here, Alfie Jones, has his shirt. He's shaking his head, but look, he has his shirt, and that's why he can't get off the ground and get over it. And he's disappointed again. But you're just thinking the goal's going to come, because I think they had 30 touches in Hull's box in that first half, and then this happened. The goalkeeper went down. He wasn't injured. There's nothing wrong with it. It was a tactical injury, because while this was going on, the rest of the whole team congregated around their manager, and he tactically changed them. They went to a back five. It's a good 5-minute break there, and it also took the momentum out of the game. And I was talking about Naus, and this was obvious, and all of a sudden, Kamara's at left wing back. They've gone to a back five. McLaughlin, they looked really uncomfortable in that left back position, went into a back three alongside Hughes and Jones. And they looked a little bit more solid, but I still felt City were really threatening. And this was a really good chance. Yeah, sorry, Mehmeti threatening again, edge of the box. He had a better chance towards the end of the first half on his left foot. But this was City all the way, picking up. This is a chance, a great angle shot. And it's a great save. That was his best save of the game.
It was a good save, wasn't it?
Really good save. And he was lucky he didn't just palm it into the path of Mark Sykes.
But for you, the critical thing was we didn't score in that first half. That proved to be so important, didn't it?
Yeah, I thought if we scored towards the end of that first half, I think the momentum's all with City. We were a little bit nervous about getting that first goal. I always felt as soon as we got the first goal that City would go on. But to be fair to Ruben Selles, as soon as City got the first goal, he changed it personnel-wise again, which had a big impact.
Well, that goal came early in the second half. I must admit, at that point, I thought, here we go. We scored early, the game has changed, and that's it. And it wasn't like that at all. Any problem with the decision to give the penalty?
No, not for me at all, because you see Sinclair Armstrong's wrong side, and he's got his arms around him already before the ball's even come on the box. You see he's got his arms around his shoulders. The referee's in a great position to see it. There's absolutely no doubt. The only worry is lots of refs don't give it.
No,
they really don't give it, but it's definitely a foul. He's in the box. And Anis Mehmeti stepped up to get his 12th goal of the season, a really productive season from his perspective. But we thought it was going to be really productive from Bristol City's perspective because there was only going to be one winner. I mean,
look at everybody running back to the halfway line, running back with the ball. You suddenly thought, yeah, this is it.
This is it, because, to be honest, Hull couldn't attack. They weren't allowed to attack. And then the substitutions that Ruben Selles made kind of implied we're not going to attack because we're going to put Egan on, Slater on, and this was like the story of the game. Sam Bell came on this left-hand side. City were moving the ball around. Scott Twine had plenty of efforts on goal, but didn't quite catch him as he would like. Again, it's a comfortable save for Pandora's. That's the keeping practice, in all honesty. But that was the story of the game. Lots of Hull City bodies around their 18-yard box. And every time he took a shot, it was from distance. The keeper was set. He hadn't really been moved around. And that was fully, 25, 30 yards. It's got to be something special to beat him from that sort of distance. Even now, Zach Viner, our second half in around the edge of the box, with the confidence of having scored at Millwall, taking pot shots. And, it had to be something really special to beat Panda from there. And unfortunately, Bristol City couldn't come up with it.
It was just side to side, wasn't it? Side to side, side to side. And ultimately, there was nothing in the centre, really.
No, there wasn't. But that was a better cross because it finished. Even though you had three defenders, they're under pressure. I think it was Harry Cornick who was challenging in there. And look what happens. You get an opportunity because it's gone into a danger area where defenders are under pressure. That didn't happen. Apart from the penalty, apart from that one that we managed to pick out as well, that didn't happen too often. It was fairly comfortable after the Bristol City got the equaliser.
And I suppose we have to say credit to Hull. 75 minutes with 10 men in the Championship is not an easy.
It's not easy. It's not easy at all, especially against City. They're in good form. Ashton Gate was a really difficult place to come. But they used every trick in the book to get a result, and they've got a point. And they'll go away happy. It won't go in the record books that Hull Pandor went down for 5 minutes with an injury that wasn't an injury, that allowed the coach to make those tactical changes. It'll go away that Hull have gone away with a point which is vital in terms of their survival.
Why don't we have a look at the table? Because, we wanted more than a point, but we're still well in there, aren't we?
Well, I said it was a hope that kills you before the game started, didn't I? And there's still hope there. There's a couple of points outside the playoffs. Coventry, they scored in the 97th minute today. West Brom, they scored and then had a man sent off. So they played with 10 men for half a game. And that's what this season is all about. Getting results when you're up against it. But those sides behind, the likes of Blackburn, Middlesbrough, Norwich, Watford, all drop points, and as well as City. But there's still plenty to play for. 10 games to go. And look at Sheffield United. Yeah. They're under pressure as well. Burnley got another result. Burnley play West Brom on Tuesday. So they'll be looking at that result as well. So don't think, we're going to Sheffield United is going to be just a procession. They are under severe pressure as well in terms of them needs to go up automatically from this division. So if City can play on that, they can go and get a result.
Yeah, let's talk about the Sheffield United game because there's almost like a clearly defined sort of, with respect to Sunderland, top three really for the two automatic places, and they've got as good a chance as anyone, haven't they?
Yeah, absolutely. I think everybody recognises that Leeds are the outstanding side in the division. They play Portsmouth on Sunday, but look, they've still got some work to do as well. And after their experience last season of going out in the playoffs, all of a sudden that pressure starts to come on with the players who had to endure that last season. So they've got to deal with that as well. there's a lot to play for in this season. I'll just go back to the game against Sheffield United at Ashton Gate.
Yes.
It was a tight game.
Yeah.
It was, it was fine margins, and City were right in that game. And they will be right in this game again, and it will be fine margins that decide it again.
How do you think we should approach it? Because obviously we're going to come under pressure. It can be dangerous on the counter-attack. Is the counter-attack going to be very important as well?
I absolutely think so. Sheffield United, their fans want them to get on top of the game. They want to get press high up the pitch, control the game. And allow them to do that, but always have a plan to score, a plan to how we're going to threaten their goal. And it'll be, in a lot of ways, a lot easier than it was today. There won't be as many bodies. Maybe Nahki Wells will be fit. We'll see how he is, because he was a miss today. That fox in the box. It'll be interesting to see what team Liam picks for Tuesday night. But always go with a plan to win. That, and I'm sure they will. Liam will have a plan to go and win the game. And if they can get a result, they can move forward from that.
Well, in terms of team selection, I just wonder how tricky it is, because, as you know, we're playing again on Friday here at the Gate against Norwich. Would he pick his team on Tuesday with almost one eye to Friday?
I honestly don't think you can. I think you just got to go and pick a team to go and win the game. If you start looking forward beyond what's right ahead of you, that's where everything starts to fall down. So I think he'll be working now. I think the lads will be in tomorrow. They'll see how you're feeling, how's everybody doing, and mentally as well. The people like Zach Vine hasn't missed a game, and Jason Knight and Max Bird in that midfield. They worked ever so hard in that midfield there, and it's going to be tough. The players are going to have to suffer, at Sheffield United on Tuesday. But I think that take it one game at a time, put a plan together to go and win the game, and see what happens. And then once that game's done, move on again.
All right, Leroy, thank you very much indeed.
Thank you, Chef.
Make sure you do join us on Robins TV on Tuesday evening for the coverage of the Sheffield United game, and then again here at the Gate on Friday against Norwich. Do enjoy your week, and we'll see you again very soon. Bye for now.